गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. And therefore that Guru, which Guru? Not the inner Guru, Shankaracharya Guru, he says that we were no, he says I am indebted to the Shastra, because without the Shastra, without the words of the Shastra, the guidance of the Shastra, we will be caught up in what? Bhranta aham iti bhranta bhrusham vadina. So I will be caught up in bhranta, and bhrushan means intense confusion. And with that intense confusion, they are arguing their standpoint, and we don't want to get into that. And here, thus, he says, my salutations to the Guru Maharaj. And here, before we come to that last line, which we all know, then he says, Maya Shakti Vilasa Kalpitamaha Vyamoha Samharine Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Namaidam Shri Dakshinamurtaye. Yeah, here the inner Guru destroys this great delusion created by the play of the power of Maya. That is, so understand now what is that. So Samharine, that is what is Samharine means? To destroy. Who destroys? The Guru destroys. And what does he destroy? Mahavyamoha. Maha means great, great. Vyamoha, moha means delusion. Vyamoha means delusion, which is Vyasa Krit, Vyasa Maharaj. So Vya means expanded. So expanded delusion. And what is expanded delusion? Is confusion. Is expanded delusion means eternally it is going on. And what is that? Which one? Which is Mahavyamoha, a great delusion. What is that great delusion? It is self-forgetfulness. Self-forgetfulness. Then what do you remember? If you are forgetting the self, what are you remembering? I am the body, I am the mind, if I don't breathe, I'll die, if I don't eat, I'll die. This is what it is. And this is all, this delusion is created by whom? The Maya Shakti. And what did it say? Maya Shakti Vilasa Kalpita. And Vilas means sport, it's a game, it's a leela, and it's going on eternally. It's only in imagination. And the Guru is able to cut it away. See, there are two words. One is ignorance, and one is delusion, and one is illusion. Good. So, ignorance is the mother of delusion and illusion. So, what happens first? First illusion happens or first delusion happens? So, first you are ignorant. Because of ignorant, you don't see rope as the rope. Correct? This is when you, so there is a rope and you are not seeing rope as a rope. Then that delusion is expressing as delusion. Now, after that delusion, something else happens. You start projecting on the rope that it is a snake. Now, illusion is happening. See? You understanding? So, here Shankaracharya is saying that to remove the projection, you will never find a solution. To remove the delusion, also you will never find a solution. You have to remove their mother, which is you have to remove the ignorance. How do you remove the ignorance? Read 7th chapter Amrit Anubhav. There is nothing called ignorance. Huh? But here we are taking according to Shankaracharya. Here it is the self-delusion. This is the Mahavyamoha. Mahavyamoha. It is created and it is only can be removed by the Guru Maharaj. And who is that Guru Maharaj? The inner Guru. And who is that? It is Sri Dakshinamurti. Sri Dakshinamurtaye. So in this way, we majority of the time we are just lost in what that Bhaj Govindam says, no? What? Kame janani, kame tataha. I forget. Kame janani kome tataha. Kasyatvam kuta ayataha. Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam, Govindam Bhaj Mudhamate. And in this way, a person is, and then another one is Kate Kanta Kaste Putra Sansaro Yamatima Vichitraha. Kasyatvam kuta ayataha tattvam chintaya tadiha bhrataha. Kasya kuta ayata tattvam chintaya tadiha bhrata. Oh brother, think of the tattva, think of the essence. But instead, what are our predominant thoughts? Predominant thoughts is, after breakfast we have to go for a walk. Swamiji, can we have half an hour more? Correct? It's required, no doubt. I'm just saying, I also needed it. Huh? So, we are still, suppose only, suppose, it is not going to happen. What is that? That we have this class. After that, 15 minutes, then we have another class. After 15 minutes, another class. After 15, another class. How many classes? 4. Swamiji, what about lunch? No, go home and have it. What will be going on in your mind? What will happen? Forget about what will happen. But I paid for lunch also. And what will happen to Wendy's food? If she has made the food, what will happen to it? What have you just studied? That you are the self. That you are the self. And where is our attention? On the food. Our attention is on the food. You see? How quickly we get distracted. And therefore, another verse is here. Which one? Where is it gone? Yeah, where is it gone? It's so famous one. बालस्तावत् क्रीडासक्तः तरुणस्तावत् तरुणीसक्तः वृद्धस्तावत् चिन्तासक्तः परमे ब्रह्मणि कोऽपि न Saktaha. Saktaha means attachment. Attachment. So, here, Parame Brahmani Kopi, no one is attached to Parame Brahmani. No one is attached to the ultimate truth, the pure consciousness. Which one? The Mahadipam that you are, or the consciousness that you are. Nobody is attached to that. Then what are they attached to? In the childhood, we are attached to play. In the youth, we are attached to the opposite sex. In the old age, we are attached to worrying. But nobody is attached to, throughout their life, they are not attached to the truth. And it remains on the side. This is the story of our life. If we are falling in that, in what Shankara, this is also composed by Shankaracharya only. Balasta, Bhaj Govindam is his composition. So this is coming from observation of life. Are we able to observe our life in this manner? So what are we? Vriddhastavat. White hair, after 60, Vriddhastavat. Heart is young, but body is old. And because mind is attached to the body, what is your favorite theme that you talk about? Pain here, pain there, pain everywhere. No Brahman, only pain here, pain there, pain everywhere. Once upon a time, I used to walk so much. Now I can't walk. Once upon a time, I used to do martial arts. Now I can't even lift my leg like a dog. See? And it goes on. One family I go to, I can't handle that place for more than 10-15 minutes. But in those 10-15 minutes, uncle, auntie, how are you? And they start. All the problems that they are going through. I got this pain. I don't know where this started. I don't know where that pain. But my knee is also not going. But my toe is also this. One after the other, something or the other. And 10 minutes I had enough. Then I said, okay, let's go. So Maha means great. Maha means extraordinary. Maha means that it is not an ordinary delusion. Ordinary delusion is what I just now chanted, Balastavat Krida Sakta. A child is deluded with play, youth is deluded with opposite sex, and old age person is deluded with, obsessed with, what you call, with health or disease or pain. So these are common ones. Some people are deluded, and they say it so nicely. Swamiji, can I tell you something? Yeah. Nowadays, I am forgetting things. But I said, you remembered me? No, not that way. But I forget things. And I'm observing that the mind is forgetting things. I can't remember what I used to remember. क्या बोलेंगे? If mind is forgetting, it is good. We want it to forget everything. We want it to forget the memories. We want to forget that it is the body, breath, mind, intellect conglomeration. Then what do we want to remember? Do you remember that the mind is forgetting? He says, yeah, I remember that. That means you are not forgetting. So before you lose that capacity also, which will not happen because you are the consciousness, it will never. Mind will go through that. But you shift your attention to the consciousness. Parame Brahmani Kopinar Saktaha. See. We hear it so many times. How many times Bhaj Govindam we have heard? So many times. But we appreciate the speaker. We appreciate Shankaracharya. We appreciate the words of the Bhaj Govindam. But we will not put it into practice. And practice is what? Practice is just Recognize this is where I'm caught and shift the attention to the conscious principle right here and now. That's all. So why do we say it is a Maha Vyamoha? Why do we say it is Maha delusion? Great and extraordinary delusion? Because it is beginningless. There is not one moment that you started forgetting the self. You were born forgetting the self. Last life, someone told me, I think we came here and we must have what? That I am interested in the scriptures and in the spirituality in this life is because I must have not completed it in my last life. So that delusion from last life is continuing to this life. You're all nodding means yes. See? It seems that way. Otherwise, what was the reason that we are attracted to this? How we were when we were children, how we were when we were youth, how we were when we got married. Some push and pull in the life here and there, and suddenly we found, or maybe no push and pull. We want to think that way, but it's always something is there which triggers. And suddenly you find in a satsang or in a bhajan or with a Mahatma or whatever, I think my merits are coming to the forefront because of my past punyas. My merit, I came to the scriptures, I came to a teacher because all the good deeds that I did in my past life. Where is your attention? Where is your attention? On the good deeds I did. That means your attention is on, I must have done something good in my past life, therefore I am attracted to the scriptures. So what is important? Scriptures is secondary. I did good deeds is primary. I did. A devotee never says I did anything. He says what? Everything is by his grace. So, and because this Vyamoha, Mahavyamoha, this delusion is so great that it's not only me specific, that I have forgotten the self. If you are all listening, you have also forgotten the self. Why? Every person in this universe, every person is deluded. Very few people are there who are established in the self. Everyone else is deluded. In the name of that delusion, what are they seeing the snake as? We say, no, snake has the rope. No, rope has the snake. But for some people, the snake is karma yoga. For some people, snake is the bhakti yoga. For some people, the snake is the jnana yoga. For some people, it is ashtanga yoga. Some people, it is kundalini yoga, kriya yoga. In the name of, they are still deluded. Here also only delusion. As long as we are talking, it is delusion. As long as we are thinking, it is delusion. But now you have to come out of it. How do you come out of it? Not by stopping thinking, not by stopping talking. Then what? Let the talking go on, let the thinking go on. You check out. You be the consciousness. But majority people, what are they doing? Kundalini yoga, Ashtanga yoga, Patanjali yoga, they are controlling. Chitta vritti nirodha iti yoga. Control the mind. And when you hear mind is of 5 types, Vikshipta, Vikshipta, Moodha, Ekagra and Niruddha. Oh my God, I never knew that the mind is of, what a wonderful information. Now what are you going to do with? I'll continue to remain Moodha. Moodha is this fellow, Vyamoha, who is deluded. He continues. So you have appreciated the... so their attention is on the mind. If you come to the mind and you come to this, remember the first, when we saw that yesterday's class, if your attention is on the mind, if your attention is on the mirror, what will be your what should be our language? That the mind is illuminating the room backed by the light of the sun. Have this disposition, that mind is able to experience the world backed by the consciousness. Be there. That disposition will be helpful. Slowly, slowly it will shift to that the sun is illuminating the room through the medium of the mirror. Then your language will be the consciousness is illuminating the room, illuminating the world through the medium called the mind. And that consciousness I am. So both you can take, because to experience the world you cannot have only one of them, you have to have both. But what is our disposition with regards to the mind and with regards to the consciousness, with reference to the world? Then it is helpful. You absolutely know who you are. If you talk about the mind, you know you are the backed by the consciousness. Okay, I am in the mind, I don't know I am the consciousness, but I say I. There is some light. At least you are thinking about that unthinkable. At least you are surrendered to it. At least you are contemplating upon it. You know very clearly that the mind is only an instrument rather than I am the mind. I am the mind is delusion. I am the body is delusion, of course. But I am the mind is the delusion. In that, I am the mind, body is one thought. And this is the base of every human being. Remember that verse in all the philosophies were told, Deha pranam apindriyani apichalam buddhim cha shunyam viduhu. All the Shad philosophies were taken, no? Or what is their basis? Body is the body, or the I, or the shunya, or the pranas, they are the Atma. So this delusion is eternal. Who was the first one who got deluded? You will not come to know. Therefore it is Mahavyamoha. And in this way, this is this delusion brings about confusion. Am I the man, or I am the husband, or I am the brother? Which duty I must do? You know, when I told you so many times, when I met Swamiji said, speak. I said, no, you have to ask the question. Interview for the ashram. So he said, no, you speak, you have come, you want to come. I can't be bothered, you come or don't come. So I said, then I thought of, now I have to speak, what should I speak? Swamiji, your dadi looks very nice. Swamiji, you are losing the hair. Swamiji, you should wear a hat. Swamiji, how's the breeze? This is not the questions that I'm going to ask. So at that time, I just closed my eyes. And the question, only one question. Vyamoha. Maybe Vaha Vyamoha. What is my duty? Is my duty towards the parents important, or is my duty towards the call of the scriptures important? Do I listen to the voice of my parents that, no, don't go to the ashram, get married, have children? Or do I listen to the Akashvani, which said, go and study scriptures, go and study scriptures, go and study scriptures? Whom should I listen to? He looked at me. Then, again the ball was in my court. He didn't answer the question. Either he's a master, he should answer the questions. That's what, again, Vyamoha, that the teacher must answer all the questions. No, you have to discover the answers. That was the first lesson that he taught me. We are fools. Anyone can't ask the question, we say, acha, acha, I will answer you. Huh? We are taking their, we are not doing service to them because we are spoon feeding them by answering their question.
They are also just trying to get the validation.
Maybe.
That's why Swami Yoga says people when they ask, they want their point of view and they ask the teacher.
Yes,
so
yes,
they
yes.
want some validation.
It's not, Shankaracharya says that every person is asking only because he's in love with his question. Many people don't want answer. They are in love with the question. They are in love with their confusion. And that confusion they present in front of every master, teacher, every place. They are not available to the answer. They are comparing, oh, that one answered this one is answering this, that one answered this. I think there is no one, I am a great person. Why? I got such a question that nobody is able to answer. Conclusion, I am a great person. And what is that great? Maha. Which one? Mahavyamo. See? So when Swamiji asked that then I said, this is the dilemma that I am in. This is the conundrum. Conundrum is a delusion, confusion. Maha confusion. What is my dharma? To study the scriptures or to follow the diktats of the parents? So they say, Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava. So he says, what are the other two? Acharya Devo Bhava, Atiti Devo Bhava. He says, the third one, have you listened? Have you gone to a guru? Have you surrendered to a guru? He didn't say that. Afterwards in lectures he did say about it, but not as a personally. So then he said, now you decide. It's your question. You have to find the answer. Again, I was thinking, as I said, I was thinking he's going to resolve the problem for me. I closed my eyes. And in that moment, everything became clear. In 1 second, it became clear. And I said, Swamiji, I'm going to follow what the Akashvani said. I'm going to come to the ashram and study the scriptures. And after studying the scriptures, if I feel like getting married, I'll get married. And I'll be a better person in the society. But if I'm not, I'll go the way, all the way. He said, come now. See? So, because the answer came from within, I still remember it. Because it was the question came from inside, the answer also, the solution also came from within. See? If you are hungry and I eat the food, you are not going to feel the satisfaction. You will feel that satisfaction only as a mother. Only as a mother. Because you have taken the child into the definition of the I. If Baba has taken, or Mahatmas have taken the whole universe in the definition of the I, all beings, then someone eats, they are full, if they put the attention. They don't need to eat food. I met few of them who are like that. See? So, I may have a confusion of to be married or to go and study scriptures. A young girl, she's got so many proposals. She's got a confusion. Should I get married to this fellow or that fellow? This fellow is not very smart but has got good money. That fellow has no money but he is handsome. Which one do I choose? Confusion. What is your confusion? Oh, I don't eat nuts, and why did she put nuts in the... Confusion. Another person will have another confusion. When you come out, should I wear Indian clothes or for pant and shirt when I go to the satsang? Everyone has something or the other. Simple thing. Should I go to toilet after the class or before the class? That also becomes a confusion. We are experts. We are experts. But these are teeny weeny ones. Your confusion is different to my confusion is different to her confusion. Each one is having a different confusion. But everyone is having one confusion. What is that? They are deluded, they are self-deluded. They don't recognize that they are the infinite consciousness and they are living as body consciousness. This is the self-delusion. Correct? Is it different to you? Swami, you talk about yourself. We are realized. Don't talk about us. If we come to listen to you, doesn't mean that we are like you. We are realized. So this delusion is common to all beings, and therefore it is Maha. And when did it start? Timeless. So it is from time immemorial to where, to everyone, everything that is created in this creation, every sentient being is deluded by this. Animals can't come to know, but all human beings are born like that only. So every being is like that for immemorial time, and this way. And why is this? Then it says, and how did this confusion or delusion come about? What is the verse saying? Maya Shakti Vilasa Kalpita. Maya Shakti Vilasa Kalpita. It came about due to the vilasa, vilas meaning the play of whom? Play of the Maya Shakti. Another meaning of Maya Shakti is it came about due to the play of ignorance or incomplete knowledge or self-forgetfulness. Maya Shakti means all this. Ignorance is equal to self-forgetfulness, is equal to self-delusion, is equal to incomplete knowledge. All these are synonyms. So it's only a sport. Of whom? Of Maya Shakti. Don't take it seriously. A play of the Maya Shakti, and so the Guru, the Guru who is the destroyer of the great delusion, Mahavyamoha, caused by the play of the power of Maya, or the power of Maya, Maya Shakti. Shakti is the power of Maya. And in this, and we have already told you that this Maya or ignorance expresses in two ways. One is called the non-comprehension, and the other is misapprehension. One is the delusion, and the other is projection. One is avarana, and the other is vikshepa. Understand? These are the technical words in Sanskrit. Avarana, covering up, and because of covering up, you project. First, you don't see the rope as a rope, avarana, and then you project, vikshepa. You get confused, or you imagine what? That it is a snake. That is the second part, the vikshepa, or the projection power. And this is the Vyamoha. So don't forget this. These are the basics. Maya, whose wife is Maya? Ishvara's. And what is Ishvara? He is consciousness, yes, he is the total consciousness, he is the infinite consciousness, but without formless attributeless. Understand? When the Lord is formless, his Shakti is Maya. When he takes a form, then his wife is as a because the moment he takes a form, creation, maintenance and destruction, these three have come into play. That Maya Shakti then bifurcates into the Saraswati, Lakshmi and Parvati, the consort of Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. But when we talk only about Maya, that Maya is unmanifest, it's the unmanifest, it's the absence of everything, it's the primordial power which has not expressed yet. So when it expresses, then it expresses as Saraswati, Lakshmi and then it expresses as the various minds, if you want to, and the various, everything in this creation is nothing but the expression of all this Shakti. And why she is doing it? She is playing with herself. Just like the consciousness is playing with her, she is making the consciousness appear as many as a mere play. Nothing to achieve, nothing to gain, nothing to lose. And therefore you will see in every story of the Puranas or the Krishna Lila or the Ram Lila or the Uma Lila or whichever Lila you take. First they are with the parents, first she is with the husband, then she everything is going fine, then something she says and or she says something to one rishi and the rishi gives a curse and then she has to get separated, and then in that separation she is always looking to come back to her origin. Sometimes she is lost for few lives, then suddenly by grace, she remembers that she has a deep love towards her Shiva or towards her beloved, the consciousness, the Shakti. And she starts, and then when she starts thinking only about him, then the Lord also comes in a form, and Ishvara comes in a form and reminds her, gives her guidance. Is that not our story also? You also forgotten? Did we realize or not realize in the last life? Maybe we must have said something, again someone must have cursed, again we are born. Story. But fact is, now we are also searching and the guidance is coming, scriptures are coming into our life. You take any of the incarnations of Uma Devi as Sati or afterwards, everywhere Shivji comes, Radha's life, that Radha Krishna was going on. She doesn't know, who are you to tell me? But Krishna keeps, because he knows she has forgotten, but he knows who she is. The Guru Maharaj, he knows who we are. We may have forgotten who we are, but he knows. So he keeps coming every year. We keep having, the scriptures keep coming into our life every week to remind us, because their compassion is greater than thousands and millions of mothers put together. Who? Mother Shruti. So her compassion for us, we are her children. She wants us to come and know the origin. She has only created the whole play, and she is only coming into your life to playfully take you back to your source and show that you are the source. You are not, you don't have to go somewhere to be one with the source. See? So such type of delusion that which is caused by the veiling, caused by the ignorance, which is veiling and projection. So veiling you cannot remove, projection you cannot remove. You have to remove the ignorance. You remove one projection, another one will take place. You remove the second one, third one will come about. Veiling also self-forgetfulness, it is eternal. How do we remove it? You can, because when you remove the effect, the cause is still there. You have not dealt with the cause. So here the Guru Maharaj, the Guru, who is that Guru? Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Namaidam, Shri Dakshinamurtaye. So this Guru destroys this ignorance. And how does he destroy it? Again, I'm repeating that how does he destroy the delusion? Not by destroying the delusion, by destroying the ignorance. And what is the ignorance? He destroys your ignorance about who you are. Automatically the delusion as well as the illusion, both of them go away. All their problems. If someone was there, the wife took out an IV against him in Cranbourne. He didn't do anything. She was having an affair. And he knows. So he challenged her. He says, I don't know. थोड़ा altercation हो गया. अब किसी को, if a person is suddenly faced with that, what, they will lose their mind. So she called the police. He is hitting me. She complained. See, फंस गया. And the police put a criminal charge on him. And now, what to do? He knows he is not the guilty party. One child. See, some persons will, when faced with this type of situation, they will succumb and they will get depressed and they will, whatever they will do. Some people commit suicide also. But what did he say? No, let it be. She wants to go away, let her go away. I'm not going to hold on. I got a long life ahead of me. I'm going to live it. And if I have to take care of the child, I'll take care, no problems. See? Clarity, suddenly. So, this error of delusion, this error of illusion, it is caused by ignorance. Until and unless we have not come to our own essential nature, till then this delusion and illusion will continue to persecute us. Continue to persecute us. You cannot escape from them. And the Guru, the scriptures, the Ishvara, how many ways the Guru comes in our life? As the scriptures, as the Ishvara's grace, as the Guru Maharaj, whether outside or inside, and our own ability, commitment to the truth. That yes, I can, I will. So the ability to learn from everything. When this ability gets invoked in us from within and destroys, just like the sun when it rises this morning, you were all up before sunrise, wonderful, and you saw the sun destroy the darkness. Similarly, this Mahadipam, remember the Mahadipam? If you take that position, when it clicks, it will destroy all the darkness. Darkness, ignorance. It will destroy the darkness. And that is moksha. Moksha is not only knowing the truth. Moksha is, I keep repeating it many times, in Panchadashi it comes. Dukkha nivritti, sukha prapti. Or another, not just sukha prapti is very normal, nirunkusha trupti. Ankush means, the something to trigger. Nirankusha, without any trigger. Naturally you are in that. Trupti is contentment. Infinite abidance in the contentment as the contentment. Our contentment is, if we eat breakfast, then we are content. Then we are listening to a satsang, we are content. No satsang, we are discontent. Or we search for something else. If satsang is over, what is the next thing you will do? I was already thinking before. What? After this satsang is over, I am going to sit on that bench there and bask in the sun. So this contentment is going to be replaced by that contentment. So we are running after something to satisfy us. So Nirankusha Trupti. So on one side is Dukkha Nivritti. Dukkha comes because of ignorance, which expresses as delusion and illusion. And once delusion, two things must happen. The ignorance must be removed and abidance must happen. If only ignorance is removed and you are not abiding in the self, then what will happen? You will go to Shunya. Understand? If only ignorance is removed and the self is not called claimed, or you don't take yourself to be the self, then still objective. Okay, I have removed. Now what? Nothing, Shunya. No, Nirankusha Tripti, untethered contentment, happiness. What is that called? That is something different. And we have this experience when we go to sleep. There is no ankush, there is no desire, there is no trigger. Everything is gone from our mind. Body identification is gone, the multiplicity of the world is gone, space is gone, time is gone, objectivity is gone, body identification is gone, everything is gone. That's why you are experiencing the bliss. Same thing must happen. Remain awake. In fact, it is happening all the time, but you are still sleeping. Still sleeping. Sleeping to whom? We are sleeping to the self that we are. We are awake to the world that we are not. Therefore, when Bhagavad Gita says that the yogi, when the whole world is awake, the yogi is sleeping. And when the whole world is sleeping, the yogi is awake. This is what it means. But just like if Chitta Vritti Nirodha was in yoga, Chitta Vritti Nirodha iti yoga. If Chitta Vritti, all the thoughts in the mind have become zero. It is yoga, it is union. Is it true? All thoughts are zero in your sleep also. But have you got realized? You are not realized. You still wake up ignorant only. Only refreshed ignorance. Refreshed ignorance. See? So we are not talking, that is not moksha. Just like going to a cremation and feeling, yeah, life is so temporary, and someone near and dear has passed away, or some good friend has passed away, or if you come across someone who is going through a lot of pain and disease and they have passed away, oh, poor thing, I hope I don't want to go through. I want to go crack. I shouldn't even come to know that I have gone. That is only possible if you know the self. It is not possible any other way. But these are all out of fear. See? So all this sleep, it is not, empty mind is not equal to moksha. We forget the third verse of the Patanjali Yoga Sutra. What is it? You have heard it many times. Huh? No. Tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. First verse of the Patanjali Yoga Sutra is Atha Yoga Anushasanam. These are the instructions of yoga. Second verse is Chitta Vritti Nirodha iti yoga. Dissolution of all the thoughts in the mind is equal to yoga. Third verse says Tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. Then Tada drashtuhu see swarupe avasthanam. That you are the basis, you are the foundation, you are the constant principle. People only talk about the second one, they don't come to the third. If you come to the third, you don't need to study the Patanjali Yoga Sutra after that. From the fourth verse onwards, because that fellow did not practice the third one, he didn't abide in the third one, he emptied the mind, but didn't remember the third verse. So he's emptying the mind. Yeah, for a moment my mind was empty, but again now the thoughts are there. So fourth verse he says, my mind is still very fickle. Why it is fickle? Then the teacher says, Acha, he didn't understand the third part. Let's take him through a roundabout way. And that roundabout way was 572 verses. Then he says, I told you before, that the mind is of five types, the Vikshipta, Moodha, Ekagra and Niruddha. And then what? Then only Ekagra, only single-pointed mind can help you. Then this idiot's question, what should it be single-pointed upon? Are tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. But he is not ready to look at himself. Objective approach. And he says, Ishwar parinadhanatva, think of Ishwara. But Ishwar is Nirakar, Nirgud Nirakar. How do I see him? I don't know. But if I see at anything, then it has a form, but then it is limited. But Ishwara is everything. How do I think? Then he question, one thing leads to the next. Then he says, okay, you contemplate on Ishvara, you think single-pointedly on Ishvara by chanting Om, through the Pranava. Then again question, how do I chant Pranava? And it goes on and on and on. Then in second chapter, this fellow is still getting confused. He wants more answers, because he doesn't want to practice. He doesn't want to look at himself. He doesn't want to make a U-turn. Then in the second chapter of Patanjali Yoga Sutra, he says this fellow is good for nothing, he needs to be kept busy. So what do? Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, lage rahe abhi. Lage raho. But if you understand the first, third verse, so you bring your mind, and it is helpful. If you can bring your mind to be empty of all thoughts through pranayam, through japa, in tantra, through alcohol, they're different. Some people make the mind empty by not eating food. Then also your mind can become empty. Try 7-8 days, do Navaratri without food, don't take milk, don't take a banana, don't take any fruit, only water.
Okay.
Mind will be empty.
Okay.
And then you watch, after 9 days when you eat, again. So you will ask, who am I? I don't know. Because no thoughts. That thought of who am I will also not come. Because thoughts come from the essence of the food. No food, no thoughts. This you don't have to believe me. You have to practice and find out. Do the experiment. And if you're okay, she's saying it so enthusiastically, don't, after 9 days, don't suddenly start eating. Start with soup or patli khichdi for 3-4 days. Otherwise, you eat chapati, so, or take revenge for the last 9 days, you will fall sick. I did that. I took once, all experiments are done. And I took, and that time there was nothing. I said, I want to eat something khichdi, but it was late, and so I had 1 packet of mushroom soup. Liquid, but mushroom. और वो खा लिया, my whole body, I had sores all over my body. Sudden reaction, within 5 minutes. And anywhere I scratch, it will start coming. Mushroomed out. Then Mahadipane, Mahamushroomam, expressing through all the holes. Holes means all the pores. Pores are also holes. See? So very gently, first day only eat little bit of soup or clear soup or patli khichdi or kanji. Then second day, eat a little bit, 2 times you eat. Third day, slowly introduce some mashed vegetables. Then you will not get a reaction. Otherwise, suddenly you get back, take this fruit. I'm only eating fruits, and take milk and take this and take that. I'm only taking on liquid diet, gone. So, tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. Majority of these yogis, those who are practicing the Yoga Darshana, they don't want to, they run away from Vedantis. They run away from knowledge. Why? Because themselves they have not practiced the 3rd sutra. Tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. If you do that, tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam, then you look at your own essential nature. That is the Kaivalya Pada, which is the conclusion of the Patanjali Yoga Sutra. But instead of attaining the unshakable position, which is the self, they get into all the paraphernalia of the different types of samadhis, different types of kriyas, different types of siddhis. How do I get this siddhi? How do I get that siddhi? How do I heal people? How do I read other people's mind? All siddhis are given there. 3rd chapter is only about vibhuti, about siddhis. So understand one more thing from this point, that we don't want to practice samadhi abhyas. We don't want to practice meditation. Because what happens in meditation? What happened this morning? You went in and you came out. Same thing is happening. You eat food and again you are hungry. You go to sleep and again you wake up. So it's only temporary. No samadhi abhyas is going to take you to the self. It's only a temporary experience. Meditation is also when you say that I have to withdraw from this world and sit in meditation. What is the presupposition here? What is the presupposition? Why you want to withdraw from the world?
Because we believe the world is still there.
Yes, world is still there, but why? For a Mahatma also the world is there, he is not withdrawing from it. Then why are you withdrawing from the world? Because the presupposition is world is an impediment. It's an obstacle. And for that, what was the medicine given? Nana Chidra. Understand? So take that position. So instead of, and for that, Nana Chidra, do you need to close your eyes? No, if the eyes close, it's fine. But you don't make a decision to close the eyes. Do you decide to become hungry? Do you decide to wake up or go to sleep? When you are tired, sleep comes. When your sleep is over, automatically waking comes. When the thirst comes, you come to know the thirst has come. But you don't create thirst, you don't create hunger, you don't create waking, you don't create sleep. Then why do you create meditation? You live with alertness. Your take of this world should be as it was told in the 4th verse. Understand? And in that process, if, and it has happened to you many times, maybe you have forgotten, that sometimes you just deep silence and you just feel like not talking to anyone, you're being quiet. Sometimes the eyes automatically close, but you are awake. Sometimes you are sleeping, but you are awake. But you feel you did not sleep. That is only after getting up. All that is okay. It's not, but you are fully rested because mind was rested. Then why you are creating a doubt about that experience? Similarly, when we are moving in this world, why are we creating a doubt about this experience? Instead, look at it positively. It is the consciousness which is expressing, reflecting through the medium of the mind and getting the rays of that consciousness are spreading out through the 5 senses and illuminating the whole world, including the sun. And keep taking that position. I explained all that yesterday. Keep taking that position, keep taking that position. Then we don't have to run away from anything, we don't have to run towards anything. Because all paths lead to the Atma. You are the source. If you are not there, nothing in this world can happen. This we have to become convinced of. And who makes us convinced of this? The Guru Maharaj. Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Namaidam. Shri Dakshinamurti. And how does he do it? Through right knowledge. He appears as right knowledge within us. So here objectively the right knowledge has come. How? From the scriptures. Through the words of the teacher. As aparavidya, as second-hand knowledge to you. It has come to you. What you do with it is up to you. Continuing, we have done this one. Let's read this 5th verse. So, salutations to him, the personification of our inner Guru who awakens this knowledge through his profound silence. Salutations to Sri Dakshinamurti. Deham pranamapi. All okay? Deham pranamapi indriyanyapi chalam. Buddhim cha shunyam viduhu. Stri balandhajadopama stvahamiti pranta bhrisham vadinaha. Maya Shakti Vilasakalpitamaha Vyamoha Samharine Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Nama Idam Shri Dakshina Murtaye. Now repeat after me. Rahu Grasta Divakarendu Sadrusho Maya Samachhadanat Sanmatra Karanopasamharanato Yo Bhut Sushuptah Puman Pragaswapsamiti Prabodha Samaye Yah Pratyabhignayate Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Nama Idam. Shri Dakshinamurtaye. Together, Rahu Grasta Devakarendu Sadrusho Maya Samachhadanat Sanmatra Karano Pasamharanato Yo Bhut Sushuptaf Puman Pragaswapsamiti Prabodha Samaye Yaprityabhignayate Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Namaidam Shri Dakshinamurtaye Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Namaidam Shri Dakshinamurtaye. Just like the sun, what is that? Rahu Grasta Devakarendu Sadrusho Maya Samachhadanat. This verse 5, 6 and 7, they are how we persecute ourselves. That is what is, where our thinking is going wrong. Just like the sun and the moon are eclipsed by Rahu, the pure consciousness is eclipsed by Maya for a spiritually ignorant person. Then second verse is what? Sanmatra karanopasamharanato yo bhutsu shuptaf puman. A spiritually elevated soul can enter that state of unborn deep sleep, pure consciousness, by withdrawing his sense organs to such an extent that only the real essence remains. That state of pure consciousness is experienced during spiritual awakening, whereby one clearly perceives that before I was sleeping by being eclipsed by Maya. Praga swapsamiti prabodha samaye ya pratyabhignayate. So in this manner, this verse, this is the general meaning. Now here again, these are all what we have been seeing from the Deha Prana Mapindriya Sada, etc., Stri Balan, Jada, etc. All these are misconceptions. These are all misconceptions. In our imagination, we have come to, and because of those misconceptions, we are missing the bullseye every time. The arrow sometimes goes this way, sometimes it goes that way, but it never hits the bullseye. Why? Misconception, no right vision. And therefore, so what we saw were the different confusions in the previous verse, and now Shankaracharya in the previous verse, did he give you a solution for the various, Deha, Pranam, Apindriya, Chalam, and the 4 types of intellect? Did he give you a solution? No, he said only that Guru Maharaj, by the grace of the Guru, ignorance is removed. But so what he did for us was, by presenting these confusions in front of us, why did he present these confusions? To prove that they are there? No, he presented to us so that we recognize that we are sometimes caught up in one or the other. Sometimes we take, if we have listened to the satsang yesterday, then when it said Deha, Prana, Indriyani, so are we living at the sensory level? Are we living at the mental level? Are we living at the prana level? Are we living at the body level? Meaning, are we taking the body to be I? Are we taking the mind to be I? Are we taking the senses to be I? So we are making that mistake all the time. So it is not to show that he did not give us any solutions, but he just presented, this is the way you are functioning, these are the facts, this is the data. Now you do what with it? Only he said, Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaya Namaidam. He presented the confusions in front of you so that you recognize that you are not going to be caught in any one of them. He presented you the 4 types of intellects. What were they? Unreleased intellect, undeveloped intellect, that was the Bala. First was 3, second was Bala, third was blind Andha, that was blind intellect, and the 4th one was Jada, that is retarded intellect. Now, it was not to put you into one category, this category or that category. No, it is a principle. This is how the intellect functions. Everyone's, you will see around intellect as a principle. Just like gravity is a principle. Just like gravity is a principle. But there are some places where there is less gravity, some places there is more gravity. Some places there is opposite gravity. Gravity doesn't work. We went to Ladakh 2019. And you leave the car in your there, and the car goes backwards up the slope. You don't, even if you are sitting or not sitting, car is closed, no engine running, but it keeps moving backwards. Anti-gravity. Similarly, you go to the moon, there is hardly any gravity there. So gravity as a principle. So same way, intellect as a principle. Everyone is having intellect. And these are the ways it can get caught up. So and thus we are not going into the Dakshinamurti here Shankaracharya says is not going into the nitty-gritty of everything. We have explained to you what Bhranti is, we have told you what Bhrusham is, intensity. We told you Vadina, don't get into argumentation with anyone. Simple. We are not, hair-splitting logic is not being applied here by Shankaracharya in his commentary. Just facts are being presented, and once we have studied that, then what do? You just keep chanting the Dakshinamurti. Nana Chitra Gado. The sentence itself makes the meaning. You don't have to keep reading to know the meaning. Here when now Rahu, Grasta, Divakarendu, Sadrusho. Now if you don't know what is Rahu is, remember Rahu Ketu? One is the head, one is the body. And what do? They got the nectar by imposing they took the form of the Devas and took the nectar from Urvashi. And the moment Chandrama, he said, Surya and Chandrama, one side Surya, one side Chandrama. They said, oh, these are imposters. Immediately Urvashi took the form of Vishnu and threw the Sudarshan Chakra and he cut it. Isn't it? That's the story. But it's also a fact. It's your, just now eclipse went. So what is an eclipse? What is an eclipse? Eclipse is when, so this was solar eclipse. So what was happening? The moon was coming between you and the sun. Another type of eclipse, when the Rahu, he comes between the sun and the moon. So you are not able to see the light. That's called lunar eclipse. In solar eclipse, what happens? The moon comes between you and the sun. Moon comes between you and the sun. And in lunar eclipse, the earth comes or the shadow comes. That shadow is the, because they don't have a form, no? They've got no body, one is only head, one is. So that eclipse, that which is bringing the darkness to the sun, that which is because of which there is darkness on the moon, that is Rahu and Ketu. So what is eclipsing our intellect? What is not intellect? What is eclipsing our consciousness? What is coming in between? Or so whatever we'll see what he says. I don't want to answer. We'll see what he says. So Maya samachhadanat. Chhada is to cover up. So who is covering up the self? Who is covering up the Mahadipam? Maya. Maya, ignorance. That is what is. And therefore, when I focus my attention not on contemplation, not on meditation, not on samadhi, not on reflection, because reflection presupposes there are some doubts remaining. When you focus on Shravanam, first step, Shravanam, and while Shravanam, you are so available that all your doubt becomes neutralized. Otherwise, Mananam Nididhyasan, that is also it's extending Shravanam into Mananam and into Nididhyasan. But if the doubts are not cleared, then contemplation is not possible. If you don't sit for contemplation, then realization is not possible. But do you need to sit? Do you need to contemplate to realize? No. See, this is what the scriptures are saying, that you are already that which you are seeking. You in essence are the conscious principle. So how many layers we have put, how many mindsets we have created, what different intellectual approaches we are caught up in, because of which we keep postponing the realization. It's immediate, right here and now.
Just declare it, all of you, that you are realized. Then no need of the other lectures of the.
See, so we are not going into all the different philosophies, Buddhism and all that. We have already done that. Already 1 hour 18 minutes. चलो फिर बंद करो. ओम पूर्णमदा पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम. हरि ओम.